Tyranids Hive Tyrant is leading a swarm along a corridor toward the astropathic relay. We are inserting you near a bridge held by the Imperial Guard that intersects with its path. You will level the whole structure and crush that Xenos monstrosity in the collapse. Visual on drop zone. Setting down. Assist in the defense of the bridge until you confirm that the Xenos Overlord has entered the kill zone. Then trigger the detonation.
We will bring the Imperium's fist down on the leader beast's skull.
We're into some action now!
Delta Wing, box check. Viridian is 60 seconds from drop.
Talassa receiving. Commencing mission.
Acknowledged. Proceeding to relay. Maintain box reports. Damocles out.
be with us all, children of the Emperor. May Saint Lankai usher you to safety. I offer my flesh and my spirit as a shield against these Xenos oppressors. May my body spare the lives of those who keep safe the astropathic relay. I shall buy time, my friends. I shall ne'er return. Remember this day as the sacrifice of...
Advancing towards objective. Specialized bioform neutralized. Packing up equipment. Ammunition restocked. Administering aid. Iron Halo online. Tyrannid unit sighted. First brigade deployed. Intercepting projectiles. Enhanced tactic ready. Execute Iron Halo tactics. Infestation advancing. Eradication complete.
How is it you always manage to charge in right when I'm drawing a bead?
I get a feed directly from your target.
I'll have a word with the armor master then.
On site. Sourcing demolition war gear.
The Munitorum does not store explosives to Codex Astartes standards. Locate enough to demolish the bridge.
Let us use more orders, just to be safe.
Pyramids approaching. Engage weapons. Charge primed. Support mind. Specialized bio neutralized. Tyranid invasion thwarted. Identify demolition ready. Cut off its core parades. Now. Elite level Xenos. Classified.
Dropping out magazine.
Support mind.
The Hive Tribe takes your position shortly. Join the Imperial Guard defenses up on the bridge and lure that Xenos Colossus into the kill zone.
Tyrannid eradicated. Magazine in. Kill confirmed. Major Tyrannid threat. Ready for next encounter.
Man can execute.
Obtaining armaments.
Holy terror. Those are some real...
Magazine out. Magazine in. War gear acquired.
We've got a handle on these probing strikes, my lords. It's the relay that's getting hammered right now.
Xenos Overlord is inbound. Prepare for intense combat.
That's news. Without armor support to tackle a target that big, we may have to bring down the supply bridge.
Charges are armed and in place.
Is this a withdrawal order?
Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the bridge. Defend this position until the Tyrannid command unit is executed.
Understood, my lord. May the Emperor guide our lasguns to your support. Ready up! Show the Emperor's angels what we are made of! They're making another push over the bridge!
Xenos! Coming down the bridge! Refilling magazines.
Got a pile up below! Don't let them climb!
Xeno!
The Hive Tyrant is on its way. But it is a horde of Xenos between you
Go on,
and
over the wall!
dig in for the long
Got this built properly.
You have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure. their connection to the hive mind, but their focus is still on the relay. Reports confirm the Lieutenant's assessment. Enemy cohesion still in full effect. That beast is not yet dead.
Good. I hate leaving a job unfinished.
We can hold this position, Lords. We'll keep the swarm off your backs while you hunt that thing.
Stubborn bastard really is still kicking.
Fragmentation device in place! Obtaining armaments. Additional supplies secured. Press our advantage.
Pursue and eliminate. We will not have a better opportunity to finish it off.
Acquisition to hit ratio is surprisingly high, Strange, considering it looks like you fired one reward.
I focus on efficiency and ammunition conservation. That is all.
I see.
Class Steel and
response to my
Mortar. This
subtle
bridge is a
jest.
fine example of what
No.
Imperial industry can
I
achieve.
appreciate the way you...
The amount of supplies
Curate
Spectral Transport
your
will bring
targets.
new life to this sector. It's an artery vital and flowing with Imperial goods, munitions, and
Continue
supplies.
pursuit.
Support beams tested to 10 times the municipal limits, exceeding Imperial quality limitations. I can say that this bridge will stand the test of time in any tectonic events. It'll outlive me by 10,000 years. Project Overseer comments approved and recorded.
We are committed to this course.
Talassa, report.
In pursuit of the target.
Talassa, you cut out.
Damn it! Nothing is getting through. We are in the dead zone.
Maintain squad cohesion. Continue pursuit. Throwing frag grenade!
Synaptic servers.
tremors still. Frag grenade deployed. Locate an exit. Kill confirmed. Major tyranny threat.
Your marksmanship leaves something to be desired.
Tread carefully, Decimus.
Better get the apothecary to check your eyes.
Now is no time for japes.
Brother, I was merely testing your patience. Keen as ever.
Considering my aim, you are also testing the strength of your spine.
New path ahead.
Here we come, you spiky bastard!
Leaving wounds. Deploying frag grenade. Heavy bioactivity from the turret.
Feels like those miracles, but much worse.
lockdown sector. Iron Halo ready.
Our Vox transmissions are not reaching the astropathic relay station. The source of the interference lies in heretic-occupied territory. Locate and destroy whatever is jamming our communications. You will be on your own from here. The Emperor protects.
Damocles, we pursue the heretics into their profane shroud.
Understood. Damocles out.
Commencing reload. Where there is one, there is an infestation. Let feel red. Another alien falls to the Imperial's key.
The Imperial forces risk being overrun. Let us intervene, brothers.
Replenishing firepower. Releasing the frag grenade. The world this Xenos sought to consume now can see.
We owe you our lives. We've been without Vox or support for hours, but we might be the last ones here.
Heretic forces are disrupting our lives. You any intel?
That explains the unnatural natural caravel. The Xenos have been throwing themselves at some bomb to keep nearby. Probably the only reason they haven't overrun us. You might be up to the same thing.
My war gear is stuck.
Major Tyranid threat.
Reloading. Gifts from the Forge. Brothers, together we go. Look, a warpfire bulwark protects the Thousand Suns position.
They seek to lurk in safety while we battle with the Tyranids.
Drop the barrier and expose them.
The armor is mine. The Xenos infestation is dead. Reloading magazine. Got grenade! That pitiful Xenos was but an abhorrent blight. Rearming. It is renewal given form.
The hideous disciples of chaos chant and shriek in a barbaric tongue. Madness bubbles from their frothing mouths, and hideous cackling laughter. There are a few of us survivors, but we know old tunnels that the cultists cannot yet find. Eric will lead half the group through the reliquary. I will lead the others through the tomb vaults. We stay ahead of the slavering once men, whose minds fester with gnawing devotion to a demon whose name I dare not speak. We are caught, and denied us the nepenthe of a swift death. Instead, they perform rites on us. One of us, they say, one of us will be host. I am the leader. This should be my curse, but Eric, he brims with the potential greater than my own. In the depths of despair, I change. I offer him over me. Oh, what have I done?
I am airborne ready. Reloading. Gift. Swapping magazine. Prepare yourself. We have found the source of the corrupted malaise.
Flesh-bound meddlers! Your false emperor holds no sway here!
Enemy commander located.
The changer of Wade shall never be thwarted!
It shows us its craven colors.
That obscene altar crackles with malignant energy. It must be cleansed. We shine with luminous glory. Their patron's power wilts before that of the Emperor. And we are his will. We are a starting altar, and we know no fear. Let us see how that sorcerer fares without his precious altar. My war gear is satisfied.
Changing magazine.
War gear requisition. Into the breach once more! Disciples of Chaos draw near! End their heretical march! Betray us like... Another blasphemous cost. Expunged and drop the dome.
We know what to do. Let us see it done.
Follows me, I will choke you! Mending flesh! Send Gilliman's regards to Craven Max. Avenging Angel at your disposal. The armory mine. Commencing reload. Reloading magazine. This fell altar is ready to topple.
Target the altar.
We have excised the corruption.
Let us see how the traitors fare against the Xenos.
Advance to the cathedral.
Prepare yourselves.
Tyrannocyte spores! A just fate for the heretics!
Enemy opposition reduced. Move on target.
Swapping magazine! Though I shall savor the cries of these heretics, let us not lose sight of our central objective. Runs deep. Let us cut to the heart of it. I scatter your foul silt to the winds of time. Together we go! Gifts from the Forge. Of course these cowards would lurk underground. Swapping magazine. The machine spirit has stopped responding.
We are through their meddling. All will be well.
The machine spirit requires a further rite.
Secondary activation required.
slips through our fingers. We have appeased the lift's machine spirit. Swapping magazine. Into the breach once more. My war gear is satisfied. The Emperor's judgment will be delayed no longer. Defilement must be cut out. Burned.
My Auspex is registering interference. We are close.
Foul abomination of flesh and an aura of demonic malfeasance.
Auspex says it's a demon host.
The universe combatant is restrained by Shrine.
Avoid its searing lashes!
I've maintained control here.
We'll suffer the corruption a while longer.
We'll soon be gone.
Damnation! We will not be bested by this atrocity! It unleashes sorcery at us! The demon's grip on reality loosens.
Avoiding power which rends me, sets me free.
I grant you destruction!
It strikes at us. Catch and defend.
Resume the assault on that altar!
Are not warned. We are mutable.
Avoid its searing lashes! Flimsy as your conviction.
I senses your wishes and desires. I tire of their banality.
disrupting this altar. We must suffer the corruption a while longer.
Demon host attacks!
Relies on the shrine for protection.
Demon host engaging.
Decommission each altar. It strikes at us. Capture and defend.
The Apothecarian provides.
The demon host attacks!
The demon's grip on reality loosens.
My chains cry.
The demon host seeks our destruction.
Thousand doors, and I am cast.
Engaging altar.
It unleashes sorcery at us.
Check your aim. Avoid its foul sorcery. The enemy will not keep us from that altar for long.
Brace for demonic bombardment.
Your affront to existence ends now, demon.
You destroy only flesh, nothing more. I will stalk you all your pitiful days.
You will not stop until all your fell kind are eradicated.
We must report to Captain Akaran.
Plug those Promethean links immediately.
Administering maintenance.
I will need a repair crew before
between you and Luz. Irrelevant.
I disagree.
That is your right.
Brother, we only want to help you.
Help? You almost cost us the mission, and now you speak of help.
Every hive city on Avarax. We're already overstretched by the Tyranids. The traitors have us off guard. The Adeptus Mechanicus tell me Aurora is ready. They say the weapon will work.
Sir.
I know your concerns, Titus, but we may have no choice.
Can we at least warn Calgar of the danger?
Impossible. The astropathic relay on Avarax has been completely surrounded.
Lieutenant Titus.
Receiving.
Attend me on the crew deck.
Acknowledged.
With heavy weaponry to be launched
If the chaplain wishes to see you because of my transgressions, I will take full responsibility.
I gave no report. I have yet to decide if you require formal penance.
Titus, the captain has put great faith in you with this mission. Should you reach the relay, your message to Lord Calgar may determine the course of this war. Choose your words wisely.
You doubt my intentions.
It is your actions I will judge. I need not remind you of the consequences you suffered the last time. If you cannot trust in the will of the Primarch, then you are unfit for this duty.
It seems I am not the only one on this ship with concerns about your intentions.
It is the chaplain's responsibility to ensure our chapter remains pure, not yours.
Your erratic behavior is plain for all to see. And now, I find you have a history of it.
I am doing my duty, as I was then, protecting a system from ruin.
There he is. Lieutenant, Galio and I were just examining your recent diagnostic.
Galio, I object to such intrusions.
As do I. But
Lieutenant,
they are queries
the squad
I
is
must
ready.
fulfill.
We are yours
I
to
seek
command.
only answers.
The astropathic relay on Avarax is under direct assault. If it's full, so do our hopes of reinforcement. Such unbridled curiosity, not one of us can afford to fail this day.
Ruin is
Prepare
all
for the
around
point.
us.
I will transmit mission details on
Marked
descent.
for the Aurora facility on the Barium. And then I shall close all gateways to ruin permanently. You will see.
should be us facing the Hive Tyrant.
Talassa can handle it.
They have 3 men. We should be with them, but you have us playing courier.
That message has to get through.
And what exactly is that message?
Speak your mind, brother.
I searched the archives. You were once captain of the Second Company, and then you disappeared over a century ago.
I was serving with the Death Watch.
There would be records.
Not for a Black Shield.
A Black Shield? You would erase your chapter markings.
I would die for these colors.
Then why?
I was accused. It was my penance.
What were you accused of?
Corruption.
Brace for landing.
Move out. Delta Wing, box check.
Iridium here. Still on our gunship. Talassa has landed, and soon a tyrant will fall.
Acknowledged. Proceeding to relay. Maintain box reports. Damocles out. The Astropath relay is 4 miles from here. Expect heavy Tyranid presence.
Watch out the arch enemy.
Sporadic reports, but they are here.
You are a foil from the pride of Acadian Guard. You have disgraced yourselves by abandoning your brothers. Your punishment is dishonorable death.
Lie scattered across the stars, but do
Ready?
we relent? No! For we are vengeance! And we shall bring death to any that threaten the sacred soil of the Imperium! You will give your life in the name of our holy Emperor! Sir, yes, sir! Will you give your life in the name of all that is good and pure? In the name of our holy Emperor? Sir, yes, sir!
I have failed you. I beg of you.
That
you forgive my cowardice.
And hold it high, so that the enemy will know the name
The stink!
Bastards can poison you with their stench alone.
Empress safe. Entering the Vox blackout, Damocles.
Understood. Damocles out.
Chiron, if we encounter Chaos forces,
You need not concern yourself with me, Lieutenant.
disappear like that again, and you'll be facing the Master of the Watch.
I understand. Sir, why did you not tell us of your penance earlier?
It was not your business.
And now it is.
You have made it so. Through suspicion and intrigue. They will not get past this. Let us get to work. Open the gates.
They're jammed, my lord. Damage from the last attack.
Stand aside. Seal the gates behind us.
Yes, my lord.
Close the gates!
Force! Engage! Xenos built! Using frag grenade!
alternate route.
Proceed.
Transmitting to all specs now. We'll need to clear this debris.
The path is clear. Acadians will make short work.
Xenos a fitting burial.
It is not dead.
Enlighten us, Lord Titus.
The swarm would go feral without their connection to the hive mind, but their focus is still on the relay.
Reports confirm the Lieutenant's assessment. Enemy cohesion is still in full effect. That beast is not yet dead. Our word is bond. This void-spawn behemoth has seen its last day.
Changing magazine.
Lay waste to them, brothers.
Another one dead. Changing magazine. Munitions secured. Restocking. The door is inoperative. Is there an alternate route?
Yes, but it would add considerable time.
Then we must find the power and restore it.
Record. Declare evidence. Crates found in Sector 55 of the Upper Hive contain 12 volumes of dubiously heretical works. Also recovered. 14 Cantrail-type las rifles. 8 las pistols, various designs. The serial numbers are filed off. Heretical symbols are applied to the surface of the weapons. I am enclosing picts supporting the evidence. Evidence to be destroyed in accordance with invasion protocols. Traces of the cult indicate that it has long since taken root in the Hive. reached the highest levels turns my stomach. These officials, bureaucrats, and politicians are so mired in their intrigues that they warmed and nurtured the roots of heresy within their walls. Well, the fire of retribution is already consuming them. The punishment of the Emperor is inevitable. End of record.
Cut them down! Your treachery ends now.
The heretics mean to stop us.
To all appearances, yes.
Elaborate.
The Traitor Legion's legacy of deception goes back 10,000 years. They are masters of it.
They are clearly here to stop Aurora.
I am not convinced. There is more to this, I am sure of it.
Their motives matter not. I will kill them just the same.
Kill them all.
Grabbing equipment.
Deploying shock grenade.
Heresy and corruption. The Tyranids seek to consume that as well. If they kill each other, all the better.
Turn around and regroup with the main force.
Titus to Resilient. Requesting Gamma Pat and Hammerfall bunker on my location immediately.
You mean to jump?
Request confirmed. Stand by.
There's our entry.
That's quite a shot.
Damocles to Talassa. Report.
If Talassa fails to take out the Hive Tyrant, Then our little excursion was all for naught. Remain with the main force.
Why toil in obscurity when there's glory center stage? Hey, Sergeant?
Our brothers are dying while we sneak around in the shadows.
If we fail to send this message, we face a massacre.
Our lieutenant said it himself. There's deception at work.
If you got something to say, Sergeant. Damn it.
Gabriel, you're not thinking straight! Damn it, you are an ultramarine! Now act like one! Yes, Lord. Gotcha! Repositioning! Well fought, Guardsman. Form a defensive line at that breach. Yes, madam. A fine gift from the forge. Jump pack engaged.
Space Marines! For the Emperor!
You're not making it down. Move it!
captain suspected.
Talassa, report.
The vile Xenos slicks.
Talassa, you cut out. Repeat. Talassa!
So of our 3 objectives, none have been achieved.
No going back now.
Engaging prospect.
Another one dead. They never learn.
Engaging process.
John Pax is struggling with all this dust.
Loading up. Jump back fouled with dust. We must proceed on foot.
The enemy have breached our lines. Talassa has failed.
Lieutenant, what are your orders? We fight!
At last, Ultramar!
Come on, Talassa.
Mission secured. Reload. Target this. Do not let them up. Grenade out!
I am Death, servant of the Emperor, and you will taste my wrath. clearing the way. Lead them! On the ground! Take the path with your bare hands, brother! Changing magazine. Grabbing equipment. Restocking. The Emperor protects.
What is this?
The lasso. They killed the High Tyrant. They are falling. All of them.
The Hive Tyrant was controlling these underlings via synaptic link. The turmoil you now see among the enemy can mean only one thing. The Hive Tyrant is dead.
Viridian here. If you can hear this, Damocles, we got the bastards.
Excellent work, brother. Any contact with Talassa?
Talassa to Damocles. The alien contaminates our world no longer.
Lieutenant Titus to relay. Area secure. Open the gates. Let's go.
Years of service.
Well fought, brothers. I will make sure the captain hears of your deeds.
I need no commendation.
Is that right?
Enough! Lieutenant, upon completion of this mission, I request transfer to another squad.
I will pass your request to the captain. The Hive fleets cast a psychic shadow that tears at the minds of psychers.
Denying worlds in their path the chance to call for aid.
Let us hope we are not too late. a message from Marnius Calgar.
I cannot help you.
It's urgent.
In addition to the shadow cast in the warp by the Tyranids, demonic forces are now poised to attack anyone who opens their mind to the warp.
You would flee from your duty.
I would have you know.
Give me your message. Let us begin.
My lady, I must protest. The danger is too great.
Silence! There are no guarantees.
Its essence in your hands.
Stabilizing vitals.
Titus. Chaos forces have been detected entering the system. They are going after Aurora. We are leaving for Demerium immediately.
How did you know? I was a boy on Calf when the Word Bearers attacked. I came to know the mark of chaos.
We're returning to the battle barge. I understand your actions, but your suspicions end here. Are we clear?
Yes, sir. This is Aurora. Within the last few hours, traitor forces have arrived in their hundreds and commandeered the facility. Commandeered?
Where is Luz?
Inside. They have the facility, Luz, and the power source.
Holy terror.
Perhaps you were right, Titus.
What's our theoretical?
We've diverted all available forces to Demerium, but we're well below full strength. We've prepared an assault, but it has little chance of success, unless we take care of this. They're using it to draw in reinforcements. For every one of them we kill, 2 more show up in their place. It's heavily guarded.
I'll need a combat squad, 5 men.
I can spare 3 men. Next, the enemy seem to be drawing their power from this structure. What is it? We don't know. Every attempt to bring it down has failed. Your squad has developed a reputation for unconventional approaches. Any ideas? I've read of Demerium. It's a burial world. 4,000 years ago, there was a clash between the Ultramarines and the Heretics. The Sword of Atreus, a battle barge wrecked in the fighting, was laid to rest here. What of it? Records state that while its body was ruined, its engines burned bright, even as it was interred. It may not fly, but it might ram. A long shot to say the least.
Worth a try.
Very well then.
Navigation systems are probably dead. We can't afford to miss.
He's right. Someone will need to get close to the target and place a beacon. Our offensive launches in 90 minutes. The Emperor guide you, brothers.
And you, sir.
As you wish, Chaplain.
Ensure brothers Chiron and Gadriel are in attendance.
Using an ancient battle barge as a battering ram. An unorthodox approach.
You disapprove?
On the contrary, it is inspired thinking.
I reluctantly second that.
Why reluctantly?
Because it will go to your head.
Titus, I am troubled by a report I have received from the Astra Telepathica. An accusation of heresy.
Her voice was puppeted by her.
The lieutenant will answer.
The Psycho was possessed.
Your sergeant believed otherwise.
I was mistaken.
You attempted to incapacitate your lieutenant.
Thank the Emperor I failed.
And now, the only individual capable of reaching Lord Calgar is dead. By your hands. I will be watching all of you. Should I suspect even a flicker of corruption, I will not hesitate as you did. You are dismissed.
Brother, what was spoken by the chaplain?
Time to go.
The enemy have amassed the majority of their forces in the Numerelian Basin. Thalassa has the warp beacon. Viridian is hoping for a miracle. The rest of us will move to clear the reliquaries around the basin and establish a beachhead. We are facing overwhelming enemy numbers on Demerium. But the heretic filth down there have stirred the wrath of the Second Company.
We will inflict upon the traitors such agony, the likes of which they have not seen since the burning of Prospero.
Lieutenant Titus, blessings of the Unmessiah upon you.
Galio, theoretically, could Tacticus armor withstand a suborbital drop? Gravis is too cumbersome for our needs.
Negative. Extreme risk. Dense debris fields litter the entry flight path.
But if we avoid the debris, could we survive the descent?
Calculating. Survival probability equal to 62.4136. Unacceptably low.
Thank you, Galio. Brothers, our captain's words need no further embellishment. I will speak only of practical concerns. The heretics will employ absolute deception. You will be assaulted by lies and illusion. The only true ground you will find down there will be each other. Trust only your brothers and your instincts. Now go forth and lay waste to our enemies. For the Emperor!
For the Emperor! Thousand Suns erected a warp beacon on Demerium. It is calling every warp fiend in the Immaterium to join the fight. The enemy seek to capture Project Aurora. We must not let them.